In this video, we will demonstrate basic cutting techniques for preparing fresh, healthy meals. First, some safety considerations. It's a good idea to secure your cutting board so that it doesn't move. This can be done with a wet cloth or with damp paper towels at each corner. To properly hold your knife, grip the top of the blade between your thumb and bent forefinger and wrap your remaining fingers around the handle. This grip will give you the most control when cutting. Avoid placing your index finger on the top of the blade, as this is not stable and causes fatigue. It is safer and easier to cut food that is flat on one side so it doesn't wobble. If you are cutting something with a curved side, like an onion, you can cut it in half first to create a flat side. Your non-cutting hand or guide hand is also important for cutting safely and consistently. It holds the food steady and guides the knife as you cut. Position your guide hand with your fingers cupped so your fingertips are turned under. Place the side of the knife next to your knuckles. Always keep your fingertips curled under so that they are never in the path of the knife. The simplest cut is slicing, which is cutting food into pieces that are usually thin and flat. When slicing most foods, use the roll and cut. Notice that the tip of the knife stays on the cutting board while you move the knife in a circular motion. After each cut, your guide hand moves backwards as the knife advances along the food. With larger foods, lift the tip of the knife to slice the food. The same technique that is used for slicing is also used for chopping, dicing, and mincing. Chopping is cutting food into small pieces that can vary in size. This is usually done by slicing the food into strips and then cutting the strips crosswise into pieces. Dicing is cutting food into uniform cubes that may be small, medium, or large in size depending on the dish you are creating. To dice, start by slicing the food into long, square-sided pieces. Then cut these long pieces into squares of equal size. Mincing is cutting food into very small pieces. First, cut the food into thin strips and then cut the strips crosswise into tiny pieces. You can cut the food into even smaller pieces by putting your guide hand on the tip end of the knife and rocking the knife back and forth over the food. Fresh herbs add depth, flavor, and color to dishes. To chop herbs, gather them in a loose bundle. Use your guide hand to hold the bundle while cutting. Cut crosswise or use a rocking motion to cut into smaller pieces. Using a knife with confidence is the first step to preparing a variety of dishes. Consistent cuts allow for even cooking as well as appealing presentation. With practice, your cuts will look like those of a professional chef.